Jim with Renovating House 142, and I thought I'd give a quick update. Truth be told, there's not a whole lot to update right now because my wife had surgery on a bad Achilles, and so we've been playing caretaker and, doing the dad stuff and all that. So there's not a whole lot that has happened over here. But what I have been doing is dealing with the bank and getting that all situated. Looks like we are set to close in a couple of weeks, so this mess will officially be mine, or ours, I guess I should say. This mess will officially be ours, and we'll be able to start work in earnest because we'll have the funding from the bank, so that'll really help. Then on top of that, I've been working on buying some tools that I hope will help me out with the rest of the flooring removal. So one of the tools is a carpet grabber, and this is kind of a neat contraption. Basically, the jaws here grab on when you pull up. Let me see if I can do this with... So like when I pull up, it grabs onto the edge of the carpet and gives me a handle to pull on. So that's going to give me a handle to pull on, which I think will be really helpful with pulling up that, especially that thin carpet in the living room. And my hope is that I'll be able to get that pulled up with relative ease. Hopefully it's not all glued down, but we'll find out. If it is all glued down, I'll probably rent a flooring remover from Menards. But something else I got to help make life a little easier, and I wish I would have had this for the thicker carpets downstairs, but this is a carpet ripper, and basically it's a razor knife, a utility knife on a long handle. And this is a telescoping handle, so I can actually make it even longer. But you get that little spike underneath the carpet, and then you're able to use the blade to kind of push forward and rip the carpet. And I'll be able to use that to tear that carpet into smaller sections. And if I have to get a flooring remover, I can use that to make it a little bit smaller sections so that the flooring remover will be a little bit more effective. If it works as well as it claims it does online, from what I've seen on the YouTube videos, if it works as well as it appears like it should, then this will be well worth the investment. I appreciate that it comes with a cap because that's a sharp knife on there. The linoleum in the kitchen, in theory, this cutter should be able to cut that as well, and the grippers should be able to help with that. But if I run into too much trouble, I'm going to try to hit the easier button and go get the tools go rent the flooring remover from Menards. The other thing that I did was I bought a 3D printer, and this is mostly just a gift for Jim, just because that's a hobby that I was into before we sold our last house, and I had to let it go in favor of money, but I came across a pretty good deal on Facebook, so I went ahead and printed myself a DeWalt battery holder. Yes, I know it's a knockoff battery. I'm not above knockoff batteries. But it's a battery holder that screws right into the wall, and I'm able to just mount my batteries right there. So there's a triple one that I printed, and then I also printed a single. So this red one here is the first one that came off of my printer after I kind of got the settings dialed in, so pretty proud of that. If you didn't know, one of my past jobs was working for the school district, the local school district, as a makerspace advisor, I guess. It was my job to help run those 15 elementary schools makerspace. That was just one part of a larger job, but we had 3D printers among other makerspace tools. And then when I was done with that job, I went to the library and I ran the makerspace there for about 6 months. And so, yeah, 3D printing's kind of my jam. It's something I enjoy doing, and it was a treat to be able to pick up a printer that I can tinker with and start making stuff again. I don't remember if I talked about this, but most of the lights in the house don't work. And I'm not above saying that it's a little scary in there. Between the smell and just the constant concern that there is going to be someone that used to live here, or someone that's looking for someone that used to live here. Like I worry that I'm going to run into someone in the house, especially at night. Even with my camera system up, it's a little nerve-wracking for me. So I was digging through old boxes of stuff, and I found a couple of these lights, these remotes, these battery-powered remotes that just plug into an outlet, and then you're able to turn stuff off and on. And so, like I said, most of the lights in the house don't work, so I picked up a set of string lights, and I still need to get them hung up. And I also brought a lamp from home. And I figure if I can get those in there and get the remotes turned on, then I'll be a little bit more comfortable coming over here late in the evening or after dark. Eventually I'll get comfortable and feel safe, but right now, I gotta be honest, it's a little nerve-wracking trying to go in there after dark. It's a little spooky. So that's kind of where I'm at. I know my workbench is a mess. Gotta get that fixed up. So, oh yeah, gotta get rid of the sacrificial vacuum. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Again, sorry there's not a whole lot of actual progress to update on, but this is where we're at right now. So we'll catch you next time. Oh, I forgot to mention my neighbors, the neighbors for this house were so kind as to loan/give me a portable AC unit. They are fans of this channel, and yeah, they texted me and was like, "Hey, do you want an AC? Maybe that'll make it easier." And given that we're well into the hundreds as far as temperatures right now, this could be very useful, but got to take care of family first. The other thing that I forgot to mention is I did get some mold killer based on some recommendations that I saw online. We've got the stain remover, this RMR 86. That's the mold stain remover, but the mold killer itself is this RMR 141. So I've got a couple of spray bottles, and if I run into additional mold, I plan on using that. And then the other thing I forgot to mention was I grabbed this scraper. This is one of our ice scrapers, but I'm going to use this to help scratch up the padding that is not coming off of the floor in that main bedroom. So, okay, now I'm done.